to set your way in the FNCS Season 6.
And you're talking about shortcuts run, new paths now. It's all about the top three. It's a very different game that we've kind of been watching for almost a year now. Completely new stakes on the board. And Benji's the first one to land a shot and get clapped back. No way it starts like this. Everything is different. Clement just takes them out.
Oh my goodness, this is the kind of battles and skirmishes that you find here at Pleasant Park. And already, Benji, Amplify, and Matzo in the hurt, but hey, Matzo claps back. Clement goes down. This is going to be a scrummy fight here, Shio.
Yeah, well, at least one teammate down on both sides. Matzo, though, all the way back up on all the HP. Mats are everywhere, forced down to the basement. It's getting cold. It's getting dark and quiet now for this team. Their star clutch player is no longer alive for the off-spawn fight.
On the map here at Steamy Stacks, we have Resguard Savage, and we're expecting some fireworks here, but so far quiet.
Yeah, kind of the other side of the coin of kind of the early game competition we'd like to see, right? Pleasant, contested. We have fights at Sweaty as well, but Steamy, Misty, some of these big spots have big names like Savage, Resguard, and Dreda, who will have a much different game, alive, well, and looting for the majority of the early game.
Primitive right here, and this is a big fan as Desolator, as we have seen go down to Sweaty Sands, has decided to go to Bony Birds to kind of contest Hydro here. Hydro with the high ground is about to get chopped. Gonna get a retreat here for this moment, but it's all to Offscene here to kind of turn the tide for this favor here. The Lone Warrior gets that so far 2 Elim points on the board and eliminated right then and there. Hey, that is this is Hydro's spot. They know this really well. Oh, it gets chopped. Okay, so this is the kind of fight they could take here because zone's over here, Shio. So they could take this fight, they could take the time, and they're gonna have the ability to loot once this is over. But still, Verox is out. Mex and Michael. Michael does have that purple pump in his back pocket. He could release it right here. Goes through the window attic, but too much pressure is coming in from all sides when the soft bats come out. That means it's just a matter of time before you go down. Now it's up to Mexi to hold on true. Mexi gets cracked, and Mexi is out. Ingram, what a big time statement right there, considering Verox was practically coded into Dirty Dogs, it feels like, considering that that's where he always went since its induction.
That's exactly what Savage and Dreda and Resguard are doing. They have such a good spot. Usually they're sharing kind of the same targets as a Dirty Dogs trio, but as we mentioned before, they're not there, so they're kind of kings of the Eastern Castle, so to speak. Meanwhile, right now, no one really holds the throne. Benji and Tayson's rotation path, it's just rough on both sides.
This is kind of the dangerous rotation that could kind of trip up both trios here. They're gonna have to figure out, is it worth? I mean, they could essentially alpha them out of this rotation. But similar minds, as we've been seeing throughout the entire Fortnite, is everyone starts having the same kind of mentality about how to rotate, when to rotate. And now Benji's going to turn face and try to third party into this. As Keswick is down below. Valkyrie and Nakos, they're coming all the way from Coral Castle here. So this trio has been rotating all together throughout the entire map here. And now some shots are ringing out. And Nate's in trouble with a Stinkfish. That Stinkfish could cause a lot of white damage here on Tayson's trio.
It has a larger cloud, harder to get away from. While it was all going down, though, 4ZR did slip into the boxes below. Falconly picking up that one. The shakedown comes through, too. They'll set him up for maximum surge damage, and they know that Tayson and Nate are right above them. These are 3 top-tier teams that we're watching right now. We have Benji, Matzo, Amplify. It's a very concrete team that knows exactly what each player's role is. We have one of the most interesting teams to watch as well with Falconly and Nakos with Keswick. These guys are basically coming in off of 3 different trios, all kind of misfits, all with such unique play styles, and now just playing the game. Qualifier 1, round 4. Meanwhile, up top,
big time damage as we're seeing a big time engagement right here as Alpha Blaster and Nikop are coming all the way from Craggy Cliffs. So this kind of a rotation, they run right into Benji, Matzo, Amplify. And Benji, Matzo, and Amplify do not want to be here. They rack in most of their points at the end game. So this is going to be a big time engagement for them to survive, because if they get to end game, they're always dangerous. And Benji gets bopped right then and there. The purple pump just not enough. And now Amplify and Matzo have to move on as that duo that had been together for such a long time. But against this trio, it's going to be very difficult. As you can see, Zone 4 has been revealed, and not a lot of people alive in that zone right now, Shio.
Yeah, splinters and cracks all around from trio to trio. There's still 24 left right now, but it seems like all these top tier ones, every single one we expected to do well, We're going straight to a mountain. The higher you are, the more power you have, the better you feel. That's what everyone is rushing towards. Everyone down below is way more scuffed. In poverty, basically. They're forced to fight each other. Ref's guard going down. Savage and Andretta were such in a good position before, but now everything looks doomed. He finds Andretta, though, for the pickup. Harpoon's on his walls. What's happened here? This is catastrophic.
So much pressure happening right now. Andretta's gone. Savage, the dream hack champion from Anaheim. A lot of people out there on the social media were saying he is the best player in the world. Doesn't really have the opportunity to kind of show it as a trio. He's gonna have to do it as a solo now. But so much pressure is happening. You've seen the beams coming from Rifle here and save it. He's gonna have to get off this layer, get off the layer, and move up as fast as possible. But now it's just a matter of moments, because look at the pull that he has here at Zone 6. This is the first moving zone. You always just play pubs in Fortnite. Right now, the zone is just going to move into the storm. So this is going to make things a lot difficult for anybody, especially Savage being a solo.
It's all about religious fractions today, because none of these god trios are whole. It is absolutely disastrous for every single top name. There's Matzo and Savage beside each other. The teammates, the prestige, not there beside them anymore, you know, in terms of the potential they have to end up winning this game. Egram, Kibo, and Vox will end up moving forward. Everyone's now on a steep incline to move up this mountain. But remember what I said before. The higher you are, the more power you have. It's Wanless, Podesai, with Ro, who are looking so good all the way up top. They have the control. They have the decisions to make on how to stop teams from moving forward.
A lot of this lobby here is going to get buried by that mountain that you're talking about. Everyone on the low ground is working their way up as fast as possible. In this kind of meta, not a lot of movement, no bouncers, no launch pads, anything like that. You're going to have to tarp your way up, and you're seeing on these rotations, Matzo, who is, oh my goodness, I was going to say, who is the tarper for his trio, knows how to navigate that. But hey, when you're by yourself, that just puts you a big bullseye on your back. And like you mentioned, Wanless and Podesai are sitting at height looking good.
XP, Snazy, and Alex. They're used to going for height a little bit, a new kind of play style they were developing and trying to try in some cash cups, some other third-party places. Now rolling true with their mid-ground prowess. This is where we're used to seeing this trio thrive. They might go for the take a little bit. They might move a little bit closer towards second height right now, to the right in front of the first Sparta zone, all the way towards the center of it, or all the way towards the front of it. And they're looking good to actually take this natural low ground that's also going on a second hill.
Now it's basically washing back over. So that gives Podesai Wanless an opportunity to send more beams, but look at all they have to work through. So they're not going to be able to get a lot of elims. So expect them to kind of hope for the victory royale, and maybe all on down low have to be on soft mats. But look how 80 and Astro Hardfine are moving together as a trio.
They kind of found their way out of the dirt, but now they're up into metal walls.
Oh, this is tough. This is tough.
Different world. It's all steel works. They're looking for big shots. There it is. The first one lands from 80 and looking for more. Trying to go all the way past the walls, but they can't actually break through or go by. It's so close. 2 seconds. One. The harpoon pushes, but there's no shot.
No,
and they all go down. 8 zone now. Kha'Zix finds a pick. Juan is still up top with Podesai. They're just a duo. No trio here. They're kind of rattling down on a Snazy, Alex, and a Squeeze. Nothing happening there, but there's a new contender who's here to play. We'll see Blaster, Nikov, and Alpha ready to get a spot to the top 2.
Just shows you how deadly that terrain is. Just a little bit, just caused that squeeze, and they couldn't get through their boxes here. Podesai won. They have enough ammo to kind of put the damage down, but can Wanless hold it down? When you have a trio like that, knocking on the front door is like Squeeze and Snazy and Alex here, but Snazy gets beamed from height. The beams are so strong, and Alex goes down too. Holy!
You have to be pitch and picture perfect in these situations. It's not going to be the case for Alex so far. Nikov's chasing Squeeze under the storm and actually finds the pick as well. Ooh. So he lives for a little bit longer, but he goes almost down, finds a flopper, it looks like, with the siphon. He's still healing up inside the zone. There's a second team besides him, also alive right now. We'll see Wishy down below with Eric trying to survive, passing right beside Nikov. It's 3 different teams, 2 duos, and then the Clutchmeister Nikov himself trying to live too. Will he be found out is the question. But she's looking backwards, but they're getting rattled all the way from the top. Podesai can end this game, but they haven't landed a single shot yet. Nikov goes out and out to 2v2.
Podesai and Wanless, who's been sitting at high for the entire time, only have 2 elims, so this is going to be big now. They're going to have to get this victory royale just to make that high play work now. This is the opening moments here of day 1 of season 6 here. Round 4, the first opportunity to get on top of the boards right here. Wishy and Eric going against Podesai and Wanless here. Going across old builds here. So the intensity is going to pick up. 2 elims for Eric. Wishy with no elims right now. Low mats too, Shyo.
Yeah, but it's going lower and lower, and they find a body with more mats, which he takes a big shot. So it's basically all up to Eric. about 10 more seconds, Wishy will go down to the zone. It just takes one tick. They're on the
Here they
wall.
go.
Big shot comes through. Wishy, can you
Oh, wait a minute.
You can't. The pressure from Podesai is too high.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I think I was really excited to watch that game. Of course, not surprised that Podesai's trio is sitting there in first place. So,
Well, no team, we didn't talk again as much about Eric and Wishy. Any team can really pop off right here, and they played a really, really nice game. Again, they were left as a duo in that end game, but one of the things that kind of Podesai did really, really nicely